Hey craft sisters and brothers, I'm late, I think, with this Halloween card, which is one of the few ones I actually got to do this year. I had plans on a whole series of cards, and then the world just changed its mind on me, and it's annoying as hell. So hopefully next year I'll have 4 more cards for you. But I'm taking the Lawn Fawn Shut the Front Door die, and I'm die cutting it 4 times, and then I'm removing the door on 3 of them, so that I can get a higher door frame. I also die cut a strip of grass to put in front of the house, and this is me cutting. Very exciting, I know. It's all those little things, isn't it, that you do to make the card just right. I think this was it, yes. And here's my card base. I'm gonna do some of the work directly on the card base to limit the amount of supplies I need. Yeah. And I am debating whether or not to use the steps. I decide not to. And here are the images I'm gonna use. It's MFT Witch Way the candy, and I fell so much in love with this little witch when she came out again. I remember the talk on Facebook about asking MFT to bring her back. It was very nice. So I'm gonna use her and the cat and some pumpkins. And unfortunately the coloring of these are not in this video. And the reason is I colored the witch and the cat when my cousin was visiting me. She's a teenager, and we did some crafting while she was here. We always do creative things. We also did the pumpkin carving, and often we try to find time for baking. I didn't have her too many days this time, since I am still having quite a few problems with my back. But it's very nice. Her mother did the same thing for me, so to speak. She was living in the capital at the time when I was a teenager, and I went to visit her when I had holiday. So it's very nice to pay it back, I think. So I taught her a bit about shading. Not that I'm an expert, but she thought it was pretty cool. And while she was using my SIG markers, I used my Shin. I'll try that one again. Shin Touch Twin markers to color these. And there will be a list of colors, I promise, in the description. But here I decided I need a window too. So I pulled out the MFT classic window die and made 4 of them. And I'm gluing 3 of them together here for the inside. Then I'm gonna put a piece of acetate, and on top of that one there will be another frame. Now, I get stiff fingers sometimes when it's cold. To make the card even more Halloweenish, I took these confettis with jack-o'-lantern faces and put them on a string to hang in the window. It actually worked out quite well, except I accidentally turned the window the wrong way when I glued them in. I wanted the window like you see it here on the horizontal, but I accidentally glued in the lanterns on the vertical, so I had to turn it that way. Couldn't really have the lanterns hanging on the side of the window. That would look really weird. Really weird. So, but I glued them on this string, and I'm gonna leave them to dry for a few days. Actually, I think it was more like 2 weeks, because in the middle of all this I got some back pains again, and I couldn't come back till this point right here, where you see I've colored the witch and the pumpkins and put all of the stuff for the card in a pile. Now the lighting, excuse me, the lighting changed on this, and that's because I got a new setup for my camera, which means I have to redo the lighting around my desk. And I can't wait to get that done. And to craft again, of course. I think it's gonna work out great. It gave me more desk space, and this is where I'm foolish and do this all wrong. That's another problem with waiting 2 weeks to do your card. You make plans and you forget. So, but I call it the witch off camera, like I said, and I'm just gonna have another fight with the glue bottle, since I spent weeks not using it, then it clogs, then I clean it, then I have to go away again and come back and it's clogged. That's the cycle at my desk at the moment. But I fussy cut out the witch and the cat. I just cut off the whiskers. I figured no one would really notice when it's in the window anyway. That they were partly missing. What else? There's something else I wanted to say. I lined them with Memento Tuxedo marker. No, that wasn't it. It went away. Whatever I wanted to tell you, it's gone. So I can't find my regular brick stencil, so I pulled out this stone stencil from Holtz, and I guess it's actually quite a good idea, since it makes the house look like more of an old school cabin. It was kind of nice, actually. And I lost the footage of me inking the front of the card, but I'm guessing you all know how that works. Otherwise I'll be inking more later, because I'm gonna need a background for the door and the window, so that it doesn't look like someone put a window directly on the front of the wall. That would be weird. And this is Mowed Lawn Distress ink I'm coloring the grass with. I could use a darker green, but this is the darkest distress green I have. I'm thinking pine needles would be the one I actually needed for this, because I wanted it really dark, because grass looks darker in the fall, I think. Not just because of the dark weather, but in general. But it worked out. I put on a thick layer and let it dry. So, and this piece here I was inking on, it's a laminated piece of paper, just so making the cleaning a little tiny bit easier. And here is the background for the door and the window. I'm just gonna ink a tiny strip of it for this. That's the good thing about this stencil, there's no real up and down on it. You could turn it either way, which I did. So, I am hoping I'll be able to make all of the Christmas cards I had planned. But at the moment everything is up in the air. I am doing some exercises I got from a physical therapist, but everything seems to have stalled. It's not as painful as it was, but I still have trouble with the very basic things like sitting and standing. If I stand still for too long, like if you stand around talking, my entire leg falls asleep. Starting with my thigh, of all things. It's really annoying, and there's a part of my thigh that is constantly sleeping. Not very nice. But that part is not what's bothering me with sitting. I have to talk to my physical therapist on Monday. I think I'm gonna ask her, maybe maybe there are two things wrong with my back. That would explain why some of it worked and some of it didn't. Well, here I'm gluing in the background for the window. I also did the door. I do really love this set. I'm not a cat person, I have to admit that. I'm a dog person. But this cat is cute. Really cute. I put clear Nuvo drops on the eyes, but I have to find my glossy accents because it's easier to work with on larger surfaces. But it worked out for these tiny eyes. And I think I'm ready to assemble the card. Yay. I like the color scheme of this one, actually. The dark green and the orange pumpkins. And then I put the witch in purples, mainly. Purple and black. There's a little bit of yellow for the broom, but that's it. And I gave the cat an orange bow. But the card is not really dark because of the white house and the white door and a window frame. And that's very nice. I did want actually to make a wreath to put on the door, but I forgot completely about it. Now I've glued down the main elements, but I'm gonna have to pop up the pumpkins because the door frame is so high. They won't lie flush with the background. But it's okay, it looks good. I wish I had someone to send this card to. But I don't. Since Halloween is not really a card sending thing in my country. Here we only send cards for birthdays and for Christmas, and even those are dying out. I'm thinking of reviving the birthday card thing next year. Gonna ask my friends on Facebook if they want to participate. I will send them a card for their birthday, and they will in turn send me one for mine. I don't know why it's so... There's something about getting cards for your birthday. Something very nice. Oh, yeah. We are getting up on the last few details here. I put a black half pearl on the door for the handle. And I think maybe I missed out on putting on the sentiment. Having a friend like you is such a treat. But this is the card. I hope you liked it, and I hope to see you again soon. Happy Halloween, although a bit delayed.